official whose son was ill. It says, verse 47 says, when this man heard, not when he saw or anything, he heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee. It says he went to him and asked him to come down to heal his son, for he was at the point of death. What am I saying? It's another story where no one called out the healing that this young man needed. The man heard that Jesus was passing by, and then he went to where Jesus was. When the last time you was dealing with something and rather getting selfish in your ways and just sitting at home having a little pity party, you say, you know what? I'm going to go find Jesus. And let me tell you a secret. If you stay prayed up, he should be right where you are. You shouldn't have to look too far. You should be able to just say, Lord, I'm going through something. I need you to heal me. I need you to deliver me. I need you to make a way. God, you know the situation that I'm going through. You know the report I just believed. And if I believe, my life will begin to line up. So today, I'm saying, God, I'm going to believe your report. Yeah, I know you probably got that phone call, and you probably got a little weary. You probably got a little afraid, but I'm here to encourage somebody that if you just get to where Jesus is, if you could just touch or feel his presence, I promise you there is liberty. I promise you there is deliverance. I promise you God can heal, God can deliver doing whatever it is that you're going through. Now I'm going to keep reading some more here. In verse 48, I'm going to jump down to 48. It says, so Jesus said to him, he said, unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe. Basically, Jesus said, if I come to where your son is, if you don't believe that I can do what I can do, it really don't make a difference. So technically, Jesus was saying, I don't have to go. But if you believe that I can heal, this is the word. He said, if you believe in signs and wonders, he says, the official said to him, sir, come down before my child dies. Can you imagine you going to somebody for help? You say, hey, look, I just ran out of gas. I need $10 to get home. And they come and tell you, how much money you got on you? You like, look, I need $10. It ain't about what I have on me. I just need help right now. And so the man is like, okay, I believe in sign and wonder, but can you just come on? My son is dying. I don't got that much time. And so Jesus said to him, go, your son will live. Jesus like, if you believe in signs and wonders, then go, your son will live. So the man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him and went on his way. And then verse number 51, to jump down there, it says, as he was going down, this is Jesus was going down, his servants met him and told him that the son was recovering. Jesus never went and laid hands. Jesus never gave him no oil or no water to drink or none of that kind of stuff. Jesus just said, look, if you believe in signs and wonders, then go to your son right now and he will live. And instantly, when he got to his son, word spread around the town and got back to Jesus and said, hey, the man that you told them to go home that his son was going to live, his son is recovering. His son is being healed. All because he believed that you are the healer. And then another scripture brought to my memory, John 9:1. And I'm going to just read 9 and 1. I'm going to read verse 6 and 7. This is when Jesus heals a blind man. Y'all heard the story. In verse number 9, verse number 1, it says, as he went along, it says he saw a man blind from birth. And you know how it was that everybody else around him was saying, Jesus, what did he do to be blind at birth? He must have done something. His mama done something. His dad, somebody in his family sinned for this child to be born blind. I'm here to let you know before I read this last portion of the scripture that just because somebody is going through don't mean they did anything wrong. Just because somebody is struggling don't mean they mismanaged their money. Just because somebody is sick don't mean they were stressed. Don't mean that they weren't taking care of themselves. Because I'm here to let you know that God is the kind of God that he wants to prove himself that he is still a healer. He wants to prove to us that he is still a way maker. And I'm here to let somebody know that, hey, I was at home yesterday reminiscing. Me and my wife was outside late last night, about 9, 10 o'clock last night. And we went outside, we put some lights outside. You know, we wanted to decorate a little bit outside. And we stepped back and we were taking pictures of the lights, and I said, baby, can you believe that we pull up here, this is where we live? Not that we better than nobody else. Not that God was better to me than he was to anybody else. But see, people don't know the 10 years of going from place to place. 10 years of every year, are we going to stay in this apartment or are we going to go to another one? 10 years of what job I'm going to have this year? What job I'm going to have that year? How are we going to make it before the end of the year? 10 years of that. 10 years, I went through about 8 jobs. 10 years. Working all kind of shifts. Going to work at 5, my wife getting off. Getting off at 4 in the morning. She's sleep because she got to be up in the morning to go to work. Not seeing each other till the weekend. All of that was building us up to where God had placed us here right now. 10 years ago, you couldn't tell me that I was going to be pastoring a church. 10 years ago, you couldn't have told me that I own my own house. 10 years ago, you couldn't tell me that I have 2 cars that work. 10 years ago, you couldn't have told me that. Because 10 years ago, we barely had 1 car that worked. 10 years ago, we didn't even know where we was going to stay some years. 10 years ago, we had to lay our coins aside. I'm talking about real coins. Going to the coin store, counting up how much money, how much coins we had so we can buy dinner and try to see how long we can last for a couple of days. We weren't calling family asking for help because we knew that God was trying to teach us something. And because we trusted and depended on God, God gave us more than enough. God has truly made us the lender and not the borrower. Because we understood that this is a season that we are in. And the season that we are in, God is only building us up for what we have to do later on in our life. And so, as I go back to the scripture here about the blind man, it says 9, it says, and he went, as he went along, he saw the blind man at birth. I'm closing, I promise. It says, after saying this, it says he spit on the ground and made some mud with a saliva and put it on the man's eyes. So I got a little confused for a second when I was reading this. And I said, okay, well, if the man can't see, you already can't see nothing. And then you take something else and you pack it some more. So now whatever they thought they could see, now they really can't see. This is like saying, well, Lord, I'm already going through. Why would you put some more on me? God, I'm already struggling. Why am I got to go through some more? God, I just lost my job. Now I'm about to lose the car. Then he about to take my house away. Then my health is failing. Everything just keep going on. The blind man is already can't see. Now his eyes is even packed even more. And then Jesus told him to go. He told him, wash in the pool of Siloam. So I got even more confused because the man couldn't see at first. He put blood on his eyes and then told him to go. I'm like, Lord, how he gonna go? He can't see. When Jesus gives you an assignment, sometimes you won't be able to see where he's taking you. And let me tell you why sometimes you won't see where you're going.